Masturbation is a fundamental part of human sexuality. It is an experience shared by people across all ages, genders, backgrounds. Yet, despite its commonality, it remains one of the most misunderstood topics in our society. This act of self-pleasure is often surrounded by silence, shame, and a great deal of misinformation. We are taught from a young age not to talk about it, which creates a vacuum where myths and anxieties can grow. This silence prevents open, honest conversations that could lead to healthier understandings of our own bodies and desires. It's a private act, but its public perception is often distorted by a lack of factual information. The journey to understanding masturbation begins with acknowledging its place in human development. It is a natural way for individuals to explore their bodies, learn about their own arousal, and experience pleasure. For many, it is their first introduction to their own sexuality, long before they engage in partnered sex. This exploration is not a sign of deviance or a moral failing, it is a normal biological and psychological process. By framing it as such, we can begin to strip away the layers of stigma that have been attached to it for centuries. When a person masturbates, the body undergoes predictable biological changes. The process culminates in orgasm, a peak of sexual excitement that triggers a cascade of hormones and neurochemicals. One of the most significant releases is a flood of endorphins. Endorphins act as natural painkillers and mood elevators. Dopamine is released in large quantities, reinforcing the brain's reward association. This chemical cocktail makes masturbation an immediate stress reliever. Beyond the rush, oxytocin and prolactin are released. Oxytocin fosters closeness and contentment. Prolactin induces satiety and drowsiness. Many people find masturbating before bed helps them fall asleep faster and deeper. It acts like a natural sedative. Cortisol levels are affected too. Chronic stress raises cortisol. High cortisol can lead to anxiety, contribute to weight gain, and weaken the immune system. Sexual activity, including masturbation, has been shown to lower cortisol. It helps regulate the body's stress response and reset the stress meter. Physiologically, masturbation increases blood flow to the genitals. For men, regular ejaculation is linked to a lower risk of prostate cancer. For women, orgasm can relieve menstrual cramps via muscle contractions and endorphins. These biological effects show masturbation is linked to overall physical health and well-being. The psychological effects of masturbation are just as significant as the biological ones, though they can be far more complex. For many, the act is a powerful source of stress relief. The intense focus required during self-pleasure can serve as a form of mindfulness, pulling the mind away from daily worries and anxieties. It provides a temporary escape, allowing the brain to reset. Following orgasm, the hormonal release of endorphins and dopamine contributes to a feeling of calm and contentment. This process can be a healthy and accessible coping mechanism for managing life's pressures. However, the experience is not universally positive for everyone. For some individuals, masturbation is accompanied by intense feelings of guilt, shame, or anxiety. These negative emotions are rarely caused by the physical act itself, but are instead rooted in cultural, religious, or personal beliefs. When a person has been taught that self-pleasure is a sin or a sign of weakness, they may experience significant internal conflict. This clash between a natural biological urge and a learned moral code can create a cycle of pleasure followed by remorse. This internal conflict can sometimes manifest in more serious psychological issues, low self-esteem, anxiety disorders, or negative body image. Our perceptions of masturbation are not formed in a vacuum. They are deeply ingrained in us by the cultures and societies we grow up in. Around the world, attitudes toward this private act vary dramatically, ranging from open acceptance to strict prohibition. In some more liberal Western societies, masturbation is increasingly viewed through a lens of health and wellness, often discussed in sex education classes and promoted as a form of self-care. In stark contrast, many other cultures, often guided by conservative religious doctrines, hold a very different view. In these contexts, masturbation is frequently condemned as a sinful or immoral act. Growing up in such an environment can instill a deep-seated sense of guilt and shame in individuals. This cultural messaging can be incredibly powerful, shaping a person's self-perception for a lifetime. These cultural beliefs influence what is taught in schools, what parents tell their children, and what is considered acceptable to discuss publicly. In societies where the topic is taboo, individuals are left without reliable information, forcing them to turn to myths, pornography, or hearsay to understand their own experiences. This lack of open dialogue perpetuates misinformation and prevents people from seeking help. Moreover, social attitudes are not static, they evolve over time. The rise of the internet and global communication is challenging traditional beliefs. Scientific evidence and progressive viewpoints are increasingly in the conversation. This shift underscores how critical education is in shaping healthier, more informed perspectives for future generations. For centuries, masturbation has been a subject surrounded by a host of frightening myths and falsehoods, many of which persist to this day. One of the most enduring and baseless claims is that masturbation causes blindness and hairy palms. This myth originated in the 18th and 19th centuries, promoted by figures who believed any loss of seed would lead to physical ailments. Scientifically, there is absolutely no connection between masturbation and vision loss or any other strange physical transformations. These stories were created as scare tactics to discourage behavior considered morally wrong, but they have no basis in medical fact. Another common myth is that masturbation can lead to infertility or a lower sperm count. Many people worry that frequent ejaculation will use up all their sperm, leaving them unable to conceive later on. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how the male reproductive system works. The body is constantly producing sperm, with millions being generated every single day. While frequent ejaculation can temporarily reduce sperm concentration, this effect is short-lived. A healthy male's sperm count returns to normal within a day or two, with no evidence of long-term fertility impact. There is also a prevalent fear, particularly among athletes, that masturbation can drain energy or reduce testosterone levels. The belief is that sexual release saps strength and vitality, making them weaker. While there might be temporary relaxation or drowsiness after orgasm due to hormone release, this doesn't translate to long-term energy loss. Studies show only minor temporary testosterone fluctuations with no significant impact on hormonal balance or athletic performance. Finally, myths suggesting masturbation causes physical damage or erectile dysfunction are entirely false. Masturbation is a safe physical act that poses no risk to genital size or function when done without aggressive force. While masturbation is normal and healthy for most people, it can become problematic when it develops into compulsive behavior. The key distinction lies in a person's control over the act and its impact on their daily life. For someone with compulsive behavior, it feels less like a choice and more like an uncontrollable urge. This compulsion can interfere with essential daily functioning, being late for work, school, or canceling social plans. It can disrupt relationships if they choose self-pleasure over intimacy with a partner, or keep the habit secret out of shame. When masturbation stops being pleasurable and starts causing problems in career, social life, and personal well-being, it is controlling them. Addressing compulsive behavior requires looking at what is driving it, often loneliness, depression, anxiety, or stress. If someone feels their habit is compulsive, there are simple, positive strategies to regain control. Regular exercise can be a great substitute. Journaling helps process feelings instead of escaping them. Spending time with friends combats loneliness. If strategies aren't enough, seeking a therapist or counselor offers professional guidance and support. Beyond just being normal behavior, masturbation offers a wide range of positive benefits that contribute to overall health and well-being. One of the most immediate advantages is an improved mood. The release of neurotransmitters during orgasm, endorphins, dopamine, oxytocin, creates a powerful natural high. This chemical cocktail can effectively combat feelings of sadness or irritability, leading to greater happiness and contentment. It's a readily available tool for emotional self-regulation, allowing individuals to lift their own spirits and find joy in their day. Another significant benefit is enhanced self-awareness. Masturbation provides a safe and private space to explore their own body and discover what they find pleasurable. This process of self-discovery is crucial for developing a healthy sexual identity. By learning about their own responses, desires, and boundaries, people can become more confident and communicative sexual partners. This knowledge empowers them to advocate for their own needs and pleasure in a relationship, leading to more satisfying and mutually respectful sexual experiences. It is a foundational step in building body positivity and sexual confidence. We cannot overstate the positive impact on sleep quality. For the millions who struggle with insomnia or restless nights, masturbation can be a surprisingly effective natural remedy. The release of prolactin after orgasm induces deep relaxation and drowsiness, making it easier to fall asleep. The reduction in cortisol also helps quiet a racing mind, allowing for peaceful transition into sleep. Many report not only falling asleep faster but experiencing deeper, more restorative sleep, waking up refreshed and energized. Ultimately, embracing masturbation as healthy is about embracing a holistic view of well-being. It contributes to physical health by reducing stress and potentially lowering the risk of certain cancers. It supports mental health by improving mood and providing an outlet for tension. It fosters sexual health by increasing self-awareness and confidence. When we strip away the layers of myth and shame, we are left with a natural human behavior with numerous positive outcomes. Understanding and accepting this reality is vital for leading a balanced, informed, and healthy life, where pleasure and self-knowledge are seen as assets, not liabilities. Open conversations guided by facts can help everyone make choices that are right for them. Knowledge replaces myths. Understanding creates healthy choices. Our goal should be to foster an environment where curiosity is met with facts, not judgment. We need to move beyond whispers and jokes to have real conversations about what masturbation is and what it is not. By doing so, we can empower individuals to make informed, healthy choices about their own bodies, promoting knowledge and understanding, the cornerstones of a healthy society.